everybody. This is Darren Dunlop with the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Chamber of Commerce. I am so thrilled today to be joined by Dr. Melissa McCulley from McCulley Optix Gallery. Melissa, well, first of all, congratulations on 15 years in practice. I cannot even believe that it's been 15 years. I was at your ribbon cutting when you first opened.
I absolutely remember that. I can't believe it could be 15 years. How could either of us have aged today, right?
Well, I'm going to say that I see me on a regular basis, and I do see you on a regular basis, and you've aged much better than I over these past 15 years. So, first of all, congratulations on 15 years. That is fantastic. Melissa, the reason I reached out to you is I just saw very recently a WDAY news piece on a situation that happened with one of your patients, and I was so interested in it, and we started visiting, and I want the rest of our membership to hear about this. So please tell me a little bit about this.
Yes. Well, just this past fall, I had a patient and her mother come in. She has granted me permission to tell the story, but I'll still keep it anonymous. Came in to have a routine eye exam. She thought she needed more glasses, needed more contacts, and we did all of our regular pre-testing that is done before I walk in to see the patient. And I happened to glance at some photos we took right before I walked in the room, and I thought, yikes, this does not look right. So I walked in, I introduced myself to both our patient and her mother, and I said, so what brings you in today? And she said, I just need some more glasses and contacts. And I said, anything else that's going on with your eyes or anything else? And she said, well, I mean, I get chronic headaches, almost debilitating headaches every single day for the past few years. I've been seeing a neurologist for the last 2 years. Like, nobody can figure out why, but I just need new glasses, new contacts. And I was like, yeah, let's take a look at these photos here on the screen, because I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to find out why you're having these extreme headaches, and showed the photos of what her optic nerve looked like in the back of her eye, and had to explain that it was very concerning. I printed the photos right there for she and her mom, and I said, you need to drive straight to the ER and bring these photos along, and as soon as they see them, they'll understand why you're being sent, and you're going to need to have an MRI. And there were tears. I mean, I was nearly in tears. This was the first in my whole career where I've had to sit down and, in a very calm, professional manner, tell somebody that I think they have a brain tumor. So there's a chance it could be something else. So let's stay optimistic. And her mother called me the next day and said, yes, it's a baseball-sized brain tumor, and tomorrow they will be operating to remove it. And the most unbelievable thing about this whole story is that the entire brain tumor was successfully removed, and she had no residual problems after the surgery. They said there were so many risks in doing this brain surgery. And she's a high school student and enjoying her senior year again and doing great. I mean, she's going to have to be watched closely going forward. It was probably one of the biggest highlights of my whole career to help somebody that had been having these chronic problems for so long, and they just popped in, thought they'd try out a new eye doctor and have a routine eye exam. And we found this, changed the whole potential future course of her life. And it was just a true miracle.
Well, it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Well, that's amazing. And it was all found from a basic eye exam. So obviously, in these long time that I've known you, these 15 years, there's got to be incredible innovations that have been made. So, can you tell, are there other stories about the advancements that eye care has made for you as a practicing doctor?
Yes. Well, I mean, there's new technology coming out all the time, and it's just truly amazing. This past year, in particular with COVID, we invested in a new instrument called an Optos, And by just simply looking through a small hole on an instrument, it takes a picture with a pretty bright flash, but nothing too horrible, of the inside of your eye to see the retina. And I always tell my patients, I can usually see your retina when I hold a small lens up in front of your eye, shine a bunch of bright lights, but then the patient, will blink or move their eye. Or now with COVID, everybody knows the experience with masks and glasses fogging up, my lenses fog up and all of this too. So I just wasn't getting very good views anymore. So we invested in this new instrument. And now for almost every single one of our patients, we can get just an updated basic photo of the retina. And by basic, I actually mean extremely high def and a really wide field of view, even better than I really could see by looking into the back of their eye. We can get these photos on 5-year-olds. I've been able to check my own kids' eyes, all the ages. And the very best thing about it, people love this. I bet you could relate to. You don't have to get your pupils dilated to do it. So people are loving it. And it really is awesome, because I understand coming to the eye doctor is usually not that bad of experience, but when it comes to having to get your pupils dilated, a lot of people kind of go, oh, I don't really love that. You put drops in the eyes, they might sting a little, but then after the pupils are dilated and opened up really wide so we can get a view in, then you even almost lose your up close focusing ability for a few hours. So you're like, I can't go back to work and read all the small print. I mean, something like it.
My computer screen is all blurry. I just can't do it.
Love it as an excuse to get out of work for the rest of the afternoon. But when they don't have to have their pupils dilated and we can get these views, it's just amazing. And it has led me down the road of all these new, diagnosing all sorts of things this year. That's just been unbelievable.
So can you give me a couple of examples of, some other patients and different things that you found with some of this new technology?
Yeah, I had a 9-year-old boy come in last fall, or maybe it was about November, and first time ever had an eye exam. And we took a photo, and just in the bottom corner of the photo, I saw just a little bit of what looked like maybe a freckle. A freckle is actually much more common than you think on the retina, in the back of the eye. Like any freckle, I would say like any freckle on our body, it could change over the years and become a problem, possibly in a worst case scenario, become malignant. So we always just want to investigate and note any freckles in the back of the eye. And I looked at this photo, I was like, what is this tiny little freckle in the corner here? Let's go back and take one more photo with this instrument with the eye really wide open, because it's kind of wanting to blink. It's a little bit of a bright photo, and have him turn his eyes so we can really see the corner. There was a very, very large, concerning freckle in the back of the eye. The mom was, of course, notably very concerned. And for a 9-year-old, I said, we really need to send you to a pediatric retina specialist for this. So we were able to set an appointment at Mayo for him to go get it checked out. And I've heard back the doctor's still just gonna be watching it, but at least we have something to go on for this patient. I had another patient come in who kind of said, yeah, I've been having these weird flashes for the last couple months over on the side. She had a retinal detachment. Yes. Again, not good. Thank goodness she came in. Wish she'd maybe come in sooner, but the photo just instantly showed this. So I have such a better opportunity to educate my patients when I can just say, you see this line kind of going down the center of this photo? Everything on the other side looks a little fuzzy. That's a retina detachment. The retina is detaching from the back of the eye. And I sent her over immediately to a specialist in town. She had to have a couple of surgeries on her eye, some lasering to reattach the retina. She's remained to have, and will at the end of all these surgeries have 20/20 vision maintained. But it's a very serious thing. I even had another patient I've been seeing for almost 10 years. And every year she kind of had that, I can't do the dilated pupils this year. I need to get back to work. And now with our new instruments, we can take almost as good of photos as we could, even without dilating pupils, and saw, again, a very large freckle. And we even have this technology to know, are these freckles something we need to worry about? Everyone wants to know, well, is it melanoma on the back of the eye? And when we can kind of show off these photos and say, see, there's no cellular activity going on here, it's all dark in a good way. It's just been there for a long time, but I haven't had the opportunity to be able to see it at any of these past eye exams. And now we can go forward just watching it, knowing from here.
That is so incredibly interesting. Yeah. It's amazing what you can do and what technology has led to. So, of course, the COVID is still in the news.
Yes.
And we are, how has COVID affected McCulley Optix Gallery? And as a mother, how has it affected your life as well?
Yes, well, we all have our battle stories from last spring when it started, and our office had to closed down, government mandate, no routine eye exams. Fortunately, I was able to keep my employees on. We still needed to help patients out adjusting broken glasses or ordering contacts if they ran out. But it has really just presented some opportunities for us. I always say it's not like we didn't clean before COVID, but we just have a whole new level of cleaning everything around here now, from UV lights to clean to, every possible surface. When people used to try on glasses, it was just a standard that, the next person that came in could try on a pair of glasses. Oh my goodness. Everything is sanitized now. And the best part of it is that we're never going to go back to our old ways. It's kind of elevated all sorts of levels of things, from how clean we are, how we schedule and space patients, no crowds in our optical. We schedule appointments for them so that they know they're going to have dedicated staff to work with them, but we are able to clean everything in between patients. So it was not what anyone expected in our lives, but we've really taken it as an opportunity to elevate things around here. So for that, we're fortunate.
Well, we're all fortunate. So yeah. So a question that came up as you were talking about, you're talking about finding all of this different information just from basic eye exams.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to spring this on you. I don't know if you know how many people actually get eye exams, but is there a large number of people that have gone, many years or maybe even their whole lifetime without an eye exam? And how important is it for an average individual to either, well, of course you want to go to McCulley Optix Gallery, but to really get yourself an eye exam?
Yes. I mean, I can't tell you how often somebody will say to me, I've never had an eye exam in my whole life and I can see perfect. And I'll think, how do you know you can see perfect if you've never had an eye exam? That's just what you think. A statistic came across my desk this morning that up to 270 diseases of the entire human body can be detected during an eye exam. It's just crazy. I mean, notably, the number one type of thing that is often can be detected in an eye exam is diabetes, just because it can affect some of the smallest blood vessels in your eyes. And when we're looking at the retina, we are looking at some of the smallest blood vessels in the eyes. So it's just unbelievable. And the types of new technologies that they're coming down the chutes with, I mean, Darren, maybe you'll be interested in this. They're developing an eye drop that lets you see for all of your up close, no bifocals. Not that I'd know you wear any.
It's not going to be that gummy thing that you used to put in eyes to do the retinal scan, that sort of thing?
No sticky drops, anything like that.
Well, how does that even work?
The science behind it is so complex. It blows my mind. I'll wait for it to get FDA approved, and I'll be right there trying it too.
Well, it's interesting that you talk about innovations like that. Now, are there, with the changes that you've seen in your 15-year career in our market, those have been vast and unbelievable, obviously. Are there other things that you're starting to hear about that, that really get you excited about optometry and in the next coming years?
Absolutely. There is so much coming, especially, I mean, on the pediatric side with something that's called myopia management. Myopia is also known as nearsightedness. And any adult who has what we would call, or commonly call, really bad eyes can understand they wish their eyes had maybe never gotten that bad. There are contacts, glasses, LASIK, other things, but just having a really strong prescription presents other problems that can happen with the eye over time. So there's things that we can work on with kids to maybe help them not develop strong prescriptions if it's kind of in their genetics from both, all sides of the family or something like that, to possibly in the future and even maybe in the near future, some retina testing that can be screening for Alzheimer's and even other neurologic conditions like Parkinson's and things. So there's so much going on in all the research and products for everything from dry eyes to glaucoma to, we have fun in what I call the front side of the office to our optical. Glasses these days and the great thin lenses and the products we can get are just amazing. And especially during this time of everybody being on their computer during COVID, computer, iPad, phone, the glasses that block blue light, the lenses that do, and help for eye strain have just been so helpful.
Well, obviously, our community and our region is very thankful to have you here. And I know, obviously, there's several families who can thank you directly for affecting their children's health. So, Melissa, as we wrap up here, I want to, first of all, congratulate you on 15 years. And I guess as I'd like to find out from you, so what is it that's really made McCulley make it these 15 years and prosper these 15 years?
Thank you, Darren. It's just, I love coming to work every day. I truly, from day one, I feel like my patients, our customers here, they are friends and family to me. I look forward to seeing them on a yearly basis, getting to know all of their extended family and have them refer friends into being part of the Fargo community. I was born and raised, and I kind of went full circle to go away for different school years and be back. And I see why my parents settled here and lucky to have been raised here and now raise my family here, because it's just such a wonderful community who really supports locally owned businesses. I'm very, very fortunate.
Well, as I said, Melissa, we're very fortunate to have McCulley Optics Gallery in our community. So on behalf of the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Chamber, our over 1,900 firms, we want to congratulate you and thank you for all the role that you play here. And I can't wait. Hopefully I make it another 15 years. So I maybe, I don't know if you can work on male pattern baldness or anything like that, if you can help with the eye thing on that. So maybe you could make that kind of recommendation
you never know what's coming down the chute for us on all of these things, Darren. Technology is great.
Well, happy 15th anniversary. And I will look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Thanks.
Thank you.